everybody, it's Amber from sleepeatheal.blogspot.com, and I thought today I'd do a quick little video. They're always quick little videos, but I thought I'd do a video just because it's easy and it's kind of fun. I should do more videos, I really think. But I wanted to show you what I do with the pulp after I make almond milk. I know I had talked about it in my last post that you can, use the pulp. It's almond meal, so any recipe that calls for almond meal, especially if you do like a paleo diet, there's a lot of almond meal recipes. I don't know of any other recipes that really do that, but you can use almond meal for lots of things. But I wanted to show you what I do with mine to save it so that I can use it for later. I love things that do double duty. I think when they do double duty, it's definitely much more cost effective for you because raw almonds can be expensive depending on where you get them, and so I want to get the most out of them that I can if I'm going to be spending $10 a pound on almonds, or more sometimes depending. So one of the things you can do is you can take your almond pulp or your almond meal straight after you've squeezed all the almond milk out of it and put it in a baggie or container and stick it in the freezer. If you do it that way, when you're going to use it, you want to make sure you pull it out and let it de-thaw, and then it's good to go. What you do want to remember though is that it's going to be liquidy, not liquidy I guess, but it's going to have a moisture content to it. So it may alter your recipe that you're making and you'll have to adjust for that. The other way is to dehydrate it, and that's the way that I've been doing lately. And the reason I've been doing that is it makes it a little bit more shelf stable. We've got a smaller refrigerator now, a smaller freezer, so I like to not have everything in the freezer. But then I can use it in a variety of ways, and so I just kind of want to show you what I do with it, how I dehydrate it so that it's ready to go. And it's still raw because I'm making sure that I stay under the temperatures that aren't killing any of the enzymes or minerals or things like that. So, let me show you. Alright, so here is my soaking container. It's just a to-go container. You always want to soak any nuts that you use, because what happens is when you soak them, they become live. They start sprouting, and when they do that, then we can digest them. When we don't do that, it's harder for our body to digest it, and we're not actually getting any of the minerals and vitamins that are in the nuts themselves. Over here is my little contraption that I used this morning. I made almond milk this morning because we were out, and so what I do is I use this container here because it has a spout, which makes it a little easier, and then a colander or a strainer, and then this is just a flour sackcloth that I use. You could use a nut milk bag, you could use cheesecloth. This is what I have on hand. Nut milk bags can run you like $8, and I'm a cheap person, so if this works, I'm just using it. But you can see that usually this is full of little pieces of almond like this, and this is what you could take right out of here. This is kind of moist, and you could put this in the freezer, and then it'll stay for a while until you use it again or need it. I wanted to make mine a little shelf stable, so instead I am using my dehydrator. And I have a variable temperature dehydrator, which is the important part if you do any sort of raw food. The temperatures you never want to go above, according to raw food people, is anywhere from 120 to 125. Any higher than that, we start killing the essential nutrients and vitamins that are in our food, and that's why they stay below that. So this Nesco, which I would love to have an Excalibur or those fancier ones, this works great. It works fine for me. And it has variable temperature. You can see I'm set at 105 degrees Fahrenheit or 41 degrees Celsius. And I'm not going to go any further above that. It takes longer to dehydrate, but then that means I'm not killing off any of those minerals and vitamins and things that are important to have in your food. We want them to be as nutritionally dense as possible. So I'll just kind of show you what it looks like here. Take this off. What I use is a jelly roll tray. And this just keeps it from falling through the grid holes there. And I just put a layer on, and this one took 2 trays worth. But I put a layer on, and then I kind of just pat it out, and I put it on a dehydrator. This will take probably till tonight, if not tomorrow morning, to dehydrate. And I do come through every once in a while and just kind of stir it up, because generally the ones on the bottom that are closest to the jelly roll tray sometimes don't get dehydrated all the way. So I like to just kind of, I mess with it a little bit. And I have 2 trays full here, so you can kind of see that. And then I just let it go. And then once it's done, I have a couple of options that I can do. One of the options is that I can blend it in like a spice grinder or a blender, and it can make more of like a flour and use it that way. Otherwise, I just put it in a container here. Hello, pantry. Again, just a to-go container, and you can hear there's not any moisture in there. I've kept the pieces kind of big, and I've done that so I can, for each recipe, kind of make it however I want. And I like being able to do that so I'm not stuck, you know, just one way. But you can see there's some bigger pieces here, littler pieces, and I just went through when it was dry and just kind of broke up any big pieces like this. But I could use this like breadcrumbs. I could pulse it in the blender and make it more like a flour. I could use it to bake with. I can use it as a topping. I mean, really, the possibilities are endless. And because there's no moisture in here anymore, it's going to be shelf stable longer. You don't have to worry about it going bad or rancid or anything like that. So once the ones are done in the Nesco, I will fill this one up, and then I'll probably have to fill up another one. But then it'll be ready for whenever I need it. Alright, so I hope that made some sense. I hope that helped some people out. If you ever have questions about anything, or questions about different recipes I've made, or a recipe that you want me to come up with, or anything like that, just give me a holler. You can email me at ki_wellness@yahoo.com. It's Key Wellness. Or you can comment under the blog post. I comment back on every single comment that I get generally, or I try to. I do read them all. I'd love to know what you think, so let me know. I hope we're all having a wonderful day, and love you all. Bye.